Hello and welcome to the video, and more specifically to Matt if he finds his way over. My name is Adam, and this is my video comment response to your video on why we build what we build. So we're going to take a look at my builds and my stash to explain what I'm building and why I'm building. I don't know if you really intended these to be a video challenge, if you will, but I thought it's pretty nice to get to know your fellow modelers in the community. Because like you, I don't have a hobby shop, I don't have a model club, I don't have anyone else around me, and I guess I'm a forever alone modeler. But we'll kind of get into it. I got models set up over here, that's why I keep looking over there. But first, I think it's really strange that anybody could buy a kit randomly, because 95% of my stash is already planned. And the other 5% has a purpose, I guess. I'll kind of go back to the beginning. I've always been a car guy since I was a child. I mean, I think I watched more monster trucks and swamp buggies and tractor pulls than I did cartoons. And just always been captivated by motorsports. So as a kid, models were another way to spend time in the imagination playground. And I guess as an adult they are too, because there's no way I can afford to pay for every hot rod I've ever wanted or dreamed of, and heck, I can barely afford the plastic versions. So we can move on to my built kits and some of my stash to get an idea of why we build what we build. Okay, and now here at the desk we're showing off my first 5 completed builds, so I can go over why I had built these ones. So let's start here. The first 4 were all kits that were left over from my childhood that had one paint issue or another that had left them in the back of the closet collecting dust because I didn't have the knowledge on how to strip them at the time when I was a kid. I had attempted one time with a 56 Nomad. I had some sort of a paint issue or a paint run or something, so I needed to strip the paint off, so I put it in a tub of paint stripper. Well, as all you can guess, styrene doesn't like paint stripper and turned into a big ooey gooey mess. So that's why all of these were just like, I don't know what to do with them, so we're just going to leave them back in the box. And I was doing car shows at the time, so any kind of a paint defect wasn't good enough in my opinion. So, but moving back to these cars, this one was my first one, and I chose that because it seemed to be a fairly simple kit. And again, it was essentially a freebie, so why not knock the rust off on something that I don't have a lot invested into, and if I screw it up, I screw it up, and it can go back in the box. So, as well as the paint on it is leftover paint from my childhood, which is a Tester Silver, that was going through all of my old paints, seeing what was good, what wasn't, doing spray tests, doing the spoon tests. And this one came out without any gloss. Well, it kind of looked pretty neat. And doing research on, just scrolling through Google Images of 50 Chevys, there was a few flat painted ones that kind of liked it. So also tried the decanting of airbrush, and that's kind of a theme with most of my builds, is just trying things, getting back into it and just knocking the rust off and trying different things. So tried building a kit for the first time again, as well as trying out some decanted spray paint, and that was the destiny of that one. The second one here, the Alter Nomad, again being in a paint issued one that I stripped down. So I liked station wagons, so I really wanted to work on this one. And following all the other YouTubers at the time, I wasn't doing videos, but I was following everybody. And there was a shop truck group build going on, and I thought, well, why not try out some color shift paints, as well as some decal work, as well as, just building a station wagon, because I like station wagons. that's why I chose that one and built that one. This one is pretty basic. I enjoyed the pickup build, so I really was looking forward to this one, and I think the 55 through 57 Chevy pickups, like the Cameos, as well as the Dodge 55 through 57 pickups, are some of the most beautiful pickups ever built. And then moving on to the Chevelle here. This is one that I wanted to try out a vinyl top after seeing some of Raul's over at the Muscle Car Modeler do. So I figured I would give this one a try, see how many issues it gave me. And then after I got the vinyl top on it, I was like, well, I've got a 69 Chevelle here with a black vinyl top. I know somebody that had one, and my brother had a triple black 69 Super Sport, so that's how I ended up building that one the way it is. It was just kind of in tribute of his. I wasn't planning on doing the AMT version. I had actually bought the Revell version to do his car. And as a test sample, it ended up becoming the actual subject. So, and moving on to the 55 here. Well, this is from American Graffiti, and it is my all-time favorite movie. So that's where we're going. I'd come across Ed Flux page, Drag City Casting on Facebook. Not only does he have great resin stuff, he has his daily photo dump of a bunch of cool photos of the 60s and 70s or whatever. But that one got built because it is a car from my favorite movie, and you might see a pattern with that in the upcoming segment. We will move over to, I guess, the stairwell, because my stash is technically in like 6 or 7 different places stashed around the house. But yeah, let's move over there and take a look at that and why I had purchased these ones. Before that, I want to jump back to my work in progresses. In progress, I have a 65 Pontiac 2+2, which again, it kind of follows, this one's a big follow the theme of try things out. I wish I had it done for this video, but we'll see it in the future. But we'll just say there's 3 or 4 different things that I've tried on this kit. So it is modified and customized, so stay tuned for that one. As well as some of you know that I'm working on this boat, which I'm not really a boat guy, but this is a group build, so that's why I ended up picking up this kit, as well as AMT 3-in-1, why not? I love them. So kind of a little bit of a take on that. Now over to the stairs. As you can see, we have moved to the stairs. Why? Because I don't have a sweet shed to play with my toys in. But, and my stash is 5 or 6 different places. So I've gathered a bunch of it here on the stairs so that we can talk about them. And we'll start with the far side here with Chevrolet Impalas. We got a 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63 is in process, 64, and a 65 Impala. What do they all have in common? The W motor, which is the 348, and more commonly known, the 409. And my first car was a 64 Impala, and I had purchased a 348 that I planned to stroke into a 409 for it. And ever since then, I've had an absolute love affair with them, let alone with the Beach Boys song, the 409 song. So that is why I have purchased those, and they're all going to be built as a day 2 version. You know, some different wheels and headers, the bolt-on stuff. Moving on to the second column here, we've got a Corvair, a Yenko Nova, a couple of Chevelles, a Yenko Camaro, Baldwin Motion Camaro. You can pick up on it that I'm a huge fan of the dealer optioned hot rods, such as Yenko and Baldwin Motion and Nicky Chevrolet, Royal Pontiac, Spalding with Mr. Norms, so on, Tasca. So I plan to build up as many varieties of those cars that I can. And, well, might get a hint here that I'm a big Chevy guy. So we'll move on to this one. We've got the Wind Express, Wild Willie Borge. I had seen him while I was the second owner operator of the Wild Willie Borge and the Wild Bunch, but so that's why I've got that kit. The low 60s era drag racing. So I've got the Moon Eyes, and that's where I really like the junior stockers and the super stockers, as well as we got a couple of gasser options here. Of course, we got Dick Lanyon as Dart. I love everything 60s, especially the drag racing. And we'll move on here. We've got El Camino, El Camino, El Camino. I like El Caminos because my brother had one. He had a 69. My dad had a 73. And so those are there. And moving on from here, the 58, the Dragster, the Deuce Coupe, T-Bird, 49 Merc, as well as the 55 I already built. Obviously, American Graffiti. So we got Steve's 58, more American Graffiti, which is Milner's Dragster, Milner's Coupe. We got the blonde and the white T-Bird. We got the Pharaoh's Merc here. Plus, I plan to get any of the other ones, the Vespa, the Edsel, the 2CV of Kurtz, anything else that I can build. But my favorite movie of all time. And we'll jump over to this last one. It's more random, but we got a 56 Del Rey. My dad had a 56 210, so I'm going to build that as a tribute to his car. And then we'll pull this one down. I'm not really a convertible guy, but this is my absolute favorite box art, is these AMT plain white ones, black border. Just, it's awesome, you know. So that's that one. Daytona, that's just iconic. This one, like you, it was cheap, but I always pull the wheels off of it for something if I don't build the actual car. I like the early Fast and the Furious, but I haven't watched many since. You got the 58 Belvedere, because Christine, one of my all-time favorite movies. Just like anything cars. And then we got a Ford station wagon, because I love station wagons. And then we got some of these random Eddie Daddy something or another's, but 60s. I love it. So that's a little bit more about me. I guess I do have a few more here, just kind of because they're new. That's why I picked these ones up. There's cool new stuff. As well as another El Camino. So thanks for watching.